Hello and welcome, Shruti Dutt, again to the Authors Club. And how are you doing, Shruti?
I'm doing fine, Leena. Actually, I'm in total bliss these days. I'm
Awesome,
living
that's
in a
nice.
space. I'm living in a very beautiful space in Rishikesh. It's called the Divine Cottage, and it's a
Lovely,
COVID-free environment.
beautiful,
And I'm within the hills, and I have the Ganga view from my room. So I'm truly blessed.
lovely, lovely. I'm so happy to know that. And yes, this particular show or talk show and video that we are starting at the Authors Club is for a lot of people and audience who really want to connect to their own divinity and unleash their potential, right? So, I mean, of course, we have just written a book together, which is called The Billionaire Mindset, which was again an initiative by the Authors Club, which was us. So, firstly, thank you so much for your article, and I'm sure you enjoyed writing and being with us as well, right? How was your journey, and would you like to share anything about it?
Absolutely. I love this community of authors, and there's so much energy, so much contribution, so much love for the people, and so much love for our country, which is what I like most. And I really enjoy being with all of you. You know, you're so supportive, and the way you have created this book is also, it just shows how when, in I practice Buddhism a lot, and in that we have a concept called many in body and one in mind. So it is the Japanese term is a Daidoshin. So when many in body, but they have one in mind, that things like the billionaire mindset comes through. And we have this beautiful anthology written by 36 authors from all over the country coming together and putting it on the shelf. I think it is such a wonderful, exercise. Not
Absolutely.
only as a book, but as a teamwork, it's been really beautiful.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And yes, it's really been lovely having you as well as a part of us. And thank you for being there. And the other thing that I want to ask you about is, like I told you, I want people to connect with their own divinity, right? So, what would you like to share about your journey, which actually got you into an awareness or a sense of consciousness to all these things?
Well, I'm still seeking, I'm still looking for more consciousness. I would say I've reached anywhere, but yes, Leena, like I think I've been a seeker all my life, right from the age of maybe when I was in third or fourth standard. I used to wonder a lot about the world. I used to wonder a lot why I'm here, why we are born, what happens when we die, and what's the purpose of our life. These questions used to come to my mind even as a kid, and often I used to write poetry. I was studying in Christian schools, so I had a lot of influence about God being there and doing good deeds every day and creating good causes, and all that was there. And as a Hindu, also there was a lot of we prayers and a lot of dependency on the God. And जैसे मन्नत मांगते हैं हिंदूज मंदिर में जाते हैं मन्नत मांगते हैं, all those things. I've grown up with all that.
Hmm.
So, but I've always been a seeker. I've always been a person who questions everything. And finally, I went through a lot of experiences in life, and then I connected to Buddhism. And in Buddhism, I realized a few very basic core things, that it's two, three things which I truly believe in. Of course, like you said, divinity, we are all actually divine beings, going through a human journey. And somewhere that divinity is within us, and it's for us to manifest it. And like in Buddhism, they say the Buddha nature. So I have the Buddha nature, and you have the Buddha nature. We are all Buddhas actually. So it's just that when we are in this chaotic world, we sometimes react differently. We go through the lower states of life like anger, hunger, greed. All these are lower states of life which affect us, and envy, all these things. So we do, despite the fact that we are actually Buddhas, despite the fact that we are divine beings, we start behaving like animals sometimes, because animality is also part of humanity. So the struggle is to be able to live in your higher world, to stay connected to your inner divinity. जो हम कहते हैं ना हिंदुइज्म में भी inner Brahma हमारे अंदर है, Gonzon P हमारे अंदर है, बुद्धिज्म में कहते हैं everything is inside. तो वो inside में कहाँ है? Where is it inside you? So now I'm on a journey to look at where the hell is it inside me. So now I'm also, practicing Kundalini yoga these days. So that talks about, the inner energy and how to awaken it. And there are different ways and methods and mantras and exercises with which you can attempt to awaken it. Of course, if it's awakened, then you become totally enlightened, but it's a process. So I'm trying to understand that, trying to practice it also. And like they say, or, the third eye, focusing on the third eye and focusing on the Sahasrara. So all those things are happening, the meditations I'm trying to learn and doing all that. I'm really enjoying the journey. And I am like, it's by default, I'm doing all this because I'm in the land of Rishikesh. I came here actually to improve my health by doing a yoga course. I ended up becoming a yoga teacher instead because I did a full yoga teacher's training course. And then with that came, like it's always, when you don't know a thing, then you are in total bliss that you don't know a subject. But once you start studying this more and more and more, and once you get interested, you don't want to stop. So that's what's happening to me these days. So, of course, I've known yoga all my life. My father was a yoga practitioner, and my uncle's been teaching yoga for a long time. So, but it was like, part of the household, yoga. But that depth of yoga came after I did the course, and then further, the inner body, the chakras we have in our body, that understanding of the chakras went into a different level of understanding. So then after that, the Kundalini yoga came, and so I'm just doing more and more of it slowly and steadily,
Lovely,
and hoping
lovely.
to understand more and more of it. And I hope I'll be able to share it also, because I love sharing things with the youngsters, especially the youth. They're always my heart. And I feel whatever, value I can share and give to the next generation, because now I'm in the third stage of my life, as you can see. And the idea is always to be able to contribute to the youth and the younger people as best as I can.
I know. And when you tell me that you're still seeking, it really, makes me aware and alert. The more we know, the more we want to know in this world, right? It's just like an
Absolutely.
endless learning, an endless journey of learning, which keeps going on. However, I know you have been in the coaching industry from quite some time. I remember recently you gave a talk as well on anger management to one of the NGOs. You had sent me the invitation, right? And I could not make it. I remember that, and I really wanted to, in fact. So,
Yes.
there are so many things and so many activities that you're still doing around your life right now, which is so beautiful and so amazing. And you're called the Dilliwalinani, which is such a beautiful thing. I still remember that, and I cherish it a lot because it's such a beautiful name, which is, which connects to the soul. And in these times where we don't even like all the kids are so lost in gadgets and all of that, I don't even know if they connect with their nannies and daddies anymore the way we did. And beyond that, I know you are connecting these kind of dots to the ancient times, and you are going ahead and wanting to educate and share some wisdom of yours with more and more children. That's what you're looking forward to do, I know that. So you were sharing about the Saturday classes, right? That you're creating, where you're going to teach something to children. So can you share a little on what exactly are you planning to, share with the kids?
Yeah, hi. So, Leena, Dilliwalinani. I'm a Dilliwali and I'm a Nani. So that's how I became a Dilliwalinani.
That's so beautiful.
On Valentine's Day 2019, I think it was, yes. So I started recording stories for my own grandchildren. And then one of my coaches, she told me that, no, you're not doing it only for your own grandchildren. You're going to create a YouTube channel and share that with everybody, because even my children want to hear you out. So thanks to a push, I made the channel, and a lot of children connected. my nieces connected from US, and my nieces from Singapore connected, and family kids definitely connected. And then to my surprise, a lot many people came in, not many children were connecting. And every time I would think that, okay, I've done enough stories, maybe I should be doing something else. So I would get a message from the YouTube creator group that you're doing fantastically, and so many shares of your stories have happened. So shares is something you can't really make out, on the YouTube channel easily unless you go to the dashboard or something. So what I normally saw was, very few likes and one or two comments. So I used to wonder whether I really need to share it with the world like that. But then those feedbacks were very encouraging. And I love telling them stories. I love connecting to children. I love connecting to youth also. And my basic thing is I want to do anything that creates value anywhere. So I'm always excited about doing anything. You tell me it's going to create value, I love doing it. So that's the thing. So I started the stories, and now lately, a lot of people have been telling me that please make it more regular, because I'd been writing, for your book and doing other things, and I did the yoga course. So my stories, I've not recorded any recently. I'm just sharing the pre-recorded stories on and off. So they have been saying, no, we want you live and we want to do it regularly. So come on in and start taking care of the kids every Saturday.
Lovely.
So I'm planning to do that. So maybe 4 to 5 every Saturday I'll be sharing. So now that I'm a yoga teacher, I want to amalgamate a bit of yoga, maybe just 2 or 3 minutes of yoga, because children these days are very smart. If you just give them the understanding, they can go ahead and continue 2 or 3 or 5, depending on the group, how much they can take. So the basic yoga exercises would be fun for children to do, and also give their lungs good exercise, and really make them healthy. Because now is the time to focus on their immunity. I had in fact done a dance also for the children, like knocking on the thymus gland, which improves immunity. When we are happy and we know it, clap your hands on that song. But I had to remove it from the YouTube because of copyright issues. But it was I choreographed it very well. So maybe on the live I can really help them do that, and then I can tell them some value creating stories, which I intend to do. And of course, I would like to connect with the mothers also. So in case they have any issues with their children, because I everybody actually I really didn't want to do this, because I have raised 3 of my own children almost on my own, and I have raised a lot of my friends' children also side by side. As my own children were growing, I was counseling others also. So I've done that all my life. So I wanted to actually put a halt to that and do something else now. But I think everybody really wants me to do that, and maybe like it says, no, the God
The
wants me
journey
to
is
do that. God
connected.
wants me to do that. So I'm thinking of giving in, and I'm going to do that definitely, because I love doing that. It's not that I don't. So I will start this class for children on Saturdays 4 to 5. And maybe before the class starts, I would like to connect to their mothers for about 10 minutes, so that I know if there are any issues with the child or anything she wants me to work on, I can do that. Because I think, looking after a child has to be a combined effort of the parent, the teachers, the family, everybody should be involved,
Absolutely.
because children are our precious future. The whole country's future depends on how our children grow up. So it's a
Yes.
very, very serious issue. It's not, just कि बच्चे को कहानी सुनानी है. It is building the nation, building the future. I
Yes.
see it like that.
Absolutely. So,
So
why don't you let our audience today know a story which you're going to share with the kids, so that they get an idea of what kind of stories you would share, and they would be more than happy to inquire for their kids as well.
yeah. So, Leena, on my YouTube, I have shared a lot of Jatak Kathas. Since I told you I've been into Buddhism, so a lot of Buddhist parables are there. I have shared the Ramayana, especially for the benefit of the NRI children in English, and also for the students and children in the villages who already know it in Hindi. So when they hear it in English, their communication improves, So my channel is, of course, I do a bilingual storytelling. I tell the same story in Hindi and then also in English, so that a child who wants to improve English can hear it first in Hindi and then in English, and also try to tell the same story in English to the parents, if the parents encourage the child. So they automatically, without realizing, will improve their grasp on the language, as well as, imbibe a lot of values from the story. So that's how I conduct the channel, and I'll probably do something like that in the groups I made. It all depends on the kind of children and the groups who connect to me. So right now, you want me to tell you a story? I can just tell you a short story, which is one of my favorites. It's I don't know where it's come from, actually. I don't know whether it's Jatak Katha or whatever. It's been one of my personal favorites. So would you like me to tell it in Hindi or in English?
Anything that you're comfortable with.
तो हिंदी में सुना देती हूँ, since the rest of the talk is in English. तो एक बार एक नवाब थे, और वो जो नवाब थे ना, उनका बहुत सुंदर घर था, और बहुत प्यारी सी उनकी बीवी थी, नौकर चाकर थे, बड़े ऐश में रहते थे, महल बहुत ही प्यारा था उनका, और वो बड़ी खुश रहते थे हमेशा, कुछ किसी को नहीं कहते थे, बड़े अच्छे मिजाज के, बड़े प्यारे से नवाब थे। पर वो नवाब थोड़े आलसी भी थे, ठीक है। तो एक बार क्या हुआ, उनके महल में ना आग लग गई, और जब आग लग गई तो सारे लोग इधर उधर भागने लगे, सारे बंद करके बाहर निकल गए। अब जो नवाब थे वो बैठे रहे अंदर, वो आराम से बैठे रहे। तो लोगों ने कहा, देखो नवाब हमारे कितने ब्रेव है, ये तो डरते ही नहीं है, इनको तो डर ही नहीं लग रहा, सारे आग से डर के बाहर भाग रहे हैं, आराम से बैठे हुए हैं, ये तो महान है। तो जब बाहर से सब लोगों ने पानी वानी डाल के कैसे तैसे आग बुझा दी, तो फिर जाके नवाब से पूछा कि आप एक बात बताओ, आप डरे ही नहीं बिल्कुल, हम तो बड़े हैरान है कि आप डरे नहीं, हम तो सब बाहर भाग गए, आग लग गई थी, आप इतनी शांति से कैसे बैठे रहे? तो नवाब कहते हैं, भागना तो मैं भी चाहता था, पर किसी ने मुझे जूते ही नहीं पहनाए, तो भागता कैसे? So the moral of the story is that you can't keep waiting for somebody कि कोई आएगा और आपको जूते पहनाएगा तब आप भागोगे, ऐसे तो नहीं करना चाहिए ना। Although I'm also quite a nawab, so this story came up when I was not feeling too well, and I used to sometimes wait for my staff to get me my shoes. तो मेरे घर में बड़ा ये जोक बना रहता था कि नवाब को जूते पहनाओ, because they only when they would get the shoes and I would wear them, I would get up and go for a walk. So, but this is not how we should be. We should be wearing our own shoes and running out and exercising, especially when we are young kids. So, and it's very, very important to do our own work ourselves. No, आत्मनिर्भरता बहुत जरूरी है, अपनी इस चीज को develop करना, not self-reliance, not to wait for anyone to help you out for every small thing. Beautiful. So this is one of the short stories, because other stories will become very long for today's. So I thought I'll share this with you.
Lovely.
So how did you like it?
It's beautiful. It's so cute and very nice. And yes, even in the motivation industry, a lot of people say this quote, right? That you'll have to do the push-ups yourself. I can't do it for you. So it's something that is very, very relevant to what people need to learn in today's world. So it's beautiful. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing.
It's a very important seeding to be done in the children's mind.
Absolutely.
Children love to do things themselves. They love it. But some of our pampered children, because these days we have just 1 or 2 kids and there are maids and servants to help them. So even parents are ordering the maids, usko jute pehna, usko ye karo, usko wo karo. So children are not picking up their own habits. Absolutely. So even if you have support of the staff, it is better that the mothers monitor and make sure the children do their work themselves.
Lovely.
So that will make them very confident and independent individuals.
I'm sure they'll get this by coming to you. They will become self-reliant, is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. That's the most important thing.
Beautiful.
Not only as a child, all our life is very important, to have the self-confidence and self-reliance. Yes.
Sure. Thank you so much for sharing such an amazing story. And thank you for joining us today. It was a great, show, and looking forward to meet you soon.
Thank you so much, Leena. It's always a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to be with you. I also look
Same here.
forward to meeting you soon again. Thank you
Super.
so much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.